We're halfway through 2026 and we have seen many of the labs, OpenAI, Anthropic, even labs from China like DeepSeek, Moonshot AI, Z.AI, all of these labs dropping new models as well making rapid improvements to their current platforms. But one lab that has kind of slowed down especially in 2026 has been Google DeepMind. Well, it seems like things are about to change based off the news that we got today, so let's get into it. Now the first thing, Google DeepMind said that in June, Gemini 3.5 Pro was supposed to come out. This model was supposed to update Gemini 3.1 Pro, which was a model that came out in 2025. Yes, in 2026, they have not released any strong models. They have dropped a couple of Flash models, Gemini 3.6 Flash as well as the 3.5 Flash, but both of these models are not something that is competing with the frontier labs like OpenAI's models or Anthropic's model. Not only that, Gemini 3.1 Pro is not even number 3 anymore. Models like Kimi K3 and more have taken over the leaderboard, and the Gemini model lineup has kind of fallen down a little. Yes, their Flash models are quite good, but it's not something that most people are really excited about. Everyone had been waiting for Gemini 3.5 Pro. This model was delayed multiple times, and then we had a date in June, then even in July, nothing came, and it looks like this week is going to be the week where Gemini 3.5 Pro is supposed to come out. Now, we know this because the tag appeared on the back end, and you can see in the image over here, we see the Gemini 3.5 Pro tag. But unfortunately, this checkpoint is also not that competitive. Based off what we know so far, it is not going to be good in coding relative to the state-of-the-art models that we have right now. Opus 5, GPT 5.6 Soul, even Fable 5, Kimi K3. And the model has been historically known to be lazy, and it looks like that is not going to be solved with Gemini 3.5 Pro. And I think there are a couple of reasons why we should have kind of expected this. Number one, this model has been delayed multiple times. Not only that, we also know that the model's base was completely scratched and they tried to train a new model. And they also mentioned that Gemini 4 is already in the pipeline, and I'll talk more about that in a second. So Gemini 3.5 Pro, I think is something that, since they have already mentioned it publicly in a blog post when they dropped the Flash models, that they're dropping it. So even though the model might not be the best, I think they just have to drop it at this point to get it out of the way, take the L in the short term and kind of move on, because it looks like they're really focused on Gemini 4. And this was evident at least a couple of weeks ago when Logan, who is actually one of the leads at Google DeepMind, mentioned Gemini 4 instead of Gemini 3.5 Pro when they dropped Gemini 3.6 Flash, which usually indicates that they have kind of lost hope when it comes to 3.5 Pro and are looking forward to the Gemini 4 lineup. And that probably is going to be the case. So tomorrow when we get Gemini 3.5 Pro, I think we all need to take a moment to kind of set our expectations a little bit lower than we probably had earlier this year, because 3.5 Pro, in my opinion, is not going to shock us when it comes to the benchmarks or really take the lead. And I think that's going to be on purpose, as I mentioned. They're gearing towards Gemini 4 Pro. This is probably just a release to kind of get 3.5 Pro out of the way. Now, hypothetically, let's say 3.5 Pro comes out and it's a really strong model. I'm not going to be complaining, because in 2025, Gemini 3, when it came out, kind of shocked everyone and everyone was so happy with it. It also overtook OpenAI's models and Anthropic's models at that time. So this lab obviously has the capabilities to drop something competitive, but I think they might be holding that for Gemini 4 instead. Before we continue, if you're building apps with AI, you probably noticed that while AI is great at writing code, it's not always great at designing beautiful interfaces. That's where today's sponsor, Mobbin, comes in. Mobbin has just launched a new MCP that connects AI tools like Claude and Cursor to a massive library of real product design inspiration. Instead of your AI guessing what a sign-up flow, onboarding experience, or paywall should look like, it can reference interfaces from products like Spotify, Apple, Duolingo, and thousands more. You can ask it things like, show me great checkout flows, find modern onboarding examples, or compare how top apps handle subscriptions. And Mobbin will instantly pull real examples directly into your workflow. It's no surprise that over 2.3 million product designers use Mobbin to build better products faster. Whether you're creating a brand new app or redesigning an existing one, it's an easy way to improve your UI and speed up development. Setup takes less than a minute, and the MCP is included with every paid Mobbin plan. If you're building with AI, definitely check out Mobbin using the link in the description. Now, let's get back into the video. Gemini 3.5 Pro coming out tomorrow was not the only news that we got from Google DeepMind today. We also know that they have made some significant internal changes when it comes to Google DeepMind, who's actually leading it now. And there have been some rumors about what exactly happened this year, especially in the early this year, and why everything was so delayed. So I'm going to cover the first thing, which we know for sure, is that today Google and Alphabet CEO Sundar Pichai shared some changes with the Google DeepMind's team. There are new roles for Demis Hassabis, who was actually the lead of Google DeepMind, who is no longer leading it, and Koray Kavukcuoglu. I'm not going to try to pronounce that last name. I'm really sorry. But he is now going to be the head of Google DeepMind. So Demis is actually not fired. He's refocusing on something else. And that, I think, is usually a sign that, okay, maybe it didn't work with his leadership and maybe that's the change. Or maybe Demis himself wants to focus on something else instead. It's not usually a negative sign. This could just be good. But I think change is always good. So seeing Google DeepMind making some changes is a signal that they are kind of understanding that they have slowed down the development and they need to do something different, and they're trying to do something different. So as users, we should expect some sort of changes coming from the team. So Demis is actually becoming the chair of Google DeepMind and the chief scientist of Alphabet, and he's going to lead Isomorphic Labs. And this lab is focused more towards using AI and machine learning to help with drug development and solve diseases. So this is still an exciting project, and Demis is still part of obviously the Alphabet ecosystem, but focusing more on that. And he's going to now work closely with Koray, who's actually going to be now the senior vice president of Google DeepMind, and he's going to report into Sundar Pichai. So he's going to be the one responsible to see the Gemini model development, frontier AI research, and the Gemini app and developer teams. So Koray is not an external hire. He's actually been at DeepMind since the project was launched, and over 13 years he's been with the team. So it looks like he is getting promoted to kind of change things up at Google DeepMind, maybe bring the next level of development from there. And Demis, before he steps away from Google DeepMind, he's talking about how they have made some great progress with their new model, including Gemini 4. So this once again signals that Gemini 4 has become the priority for Google DeepMind, because Gemini 3.5 Pro might not be the model they are worried about anymore. They are willing to take the L in the short term and focus more on Gemini 4 to regain that market share that they have lost. Now, one thing I want to be clear, Google is a very hard company to compete against, especially when it comes to AI, because maybe their models at the moment might not be the best, but as this says at the end, when it comes to business, they are incredibly in a strong position. They're the only company that covers the full stack of AI, and they have the ability to run their own infrastructure, provide cloud to frontier models, and create AI-first applications. Plus, their distribution footprint is bigger than any of the labs that are competing right now. So let's not forget that, yes, Google DeepMind did have a slow 2026. First half of 2026 has been slow, but maybe the second half of 2026, we are going to see some rapid improvements from the team. And that is why I'm excited, because change sometimes is all you need to kind of regain that momentum. And we might be seeing that happening with the Google DeepMind team. And obviously this is unverified information, but it looks like Google had a slow 2026, not because their models were not capable enough, but I think it was more towards of just organization and how they were structured. It looks like there was a structure problem, organizational inertia, meaning they were slow to move. Decisions were not made rapidly, versus the other labs that kind of have that advantage because they're more like startups, versus Google obviously is an established company. And sometimes decisions move slowly in established companies like Google. And that is probably why we saw that delay in Gemini 3.5 Pro in June. But it looks like things are about to change. It's not, as this person says, Google never lacked intelligence, and Google always had the best researchers. It just lacked speed, and that should hopefully change for the rest of 2026. But that's it for today's video. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Follow our new newsletter as well at universeofai.beehive.com. As well, subscribe to the main channel World of AI, and support us on X by following the Universe of AIZ as well. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.